Hello and welcome to the program Standpoint on NTA Channel 11 Asaba. I am Ngozi Imokwede. Today we shall be looking at the achievements of the present administration in terms of peace development. And I have a guest that you would like to know. We all want to hear more from him, what he has been doing to ensure that communal clashes, unlike before in the past administration or in the early days, there are times we used to hear about communal clashes in different communities. But I have a guest who has been holding that position and he has been ensuring that there is peace between different communities. Let's take a profile of my guest and we'll be right back.
Our guest today is a licensed chartered management consultant who has attended several international and local courses and workshops on leadership, peace building, conflict resolution, mediation, and conciliation. Some notable ones include Nairobi Center for International Arbitration and ADR Conference, Kigali, Rwanda 2018, Washington Strategic Leadership Conference 2019. He has held various positions in government, including former chairman, Delta State People's Democratic Committee and PDP State Caucus, former chairman, Campaign Council 2015 General Elections, special advisor on rural development, peace building and conflict resolution, reappointed in 2019, special advisor to the Governor of Peace and Conflict Resolution, reappointed by the current administration. Notably, he has served in this capacity since 2015. Our distinguished guest is Chief Edwin Chukwunwike, Obioha, Uzor.
Welcome back. I hope you enjoyed the profile of my guests. And the guest, you already know the name. We are talking about Chief Edwin Obioha Chukwunwike Uzor. You're welcome to the program.
Thank you, madam.
His essay to the governor on peace building and conflict resolution. Tell us, in this present administration, you have held that position for 2 years. Tell us your achievements.
Since you come on board, I can say one of the major issues that is being confronted by us when we came in July 2023 was the issue of Alaja and Obioha. You can recall that the issue of Alaja and Obioha over land dispute has lingered for the past 27 years. It started during Chief James Ibori administration.
Yeah.
And the panel was set up, headed by Justice Nwuru. After Nwuru, during Oduaga era, Justice Azinge was set up to look into the issues. During the Okowa's time, Professor Bedmigo was also set up, who is a boundary scholar, to look into the matter. But all this failed. The communities didn't agree. In later part of administration of Governor Okowa, he directed the peace building team to wade into the matter. And we actually went into the matter. When we went into the matter, we saw some of the reasons why the matter is still lingering. And by God's grace, we started dealing with the matter. We were on the matter when the present administration came. But in the last administration of Senator Okowa, we've been able to achieve some reasonable parts of the land demarcation, because taking from the Warri River up to the Obioha Road was achieved under my leadership. It was achieved. We achieved it because we demarcated, with the help of the two council chairmen then, the council chairman of Warri Southwest and the council chairman of Udu local government. We were able to demarcate with the local committees, because when we look the way the matter is, we have to engage the local committee from this side and from this side. So we became a team. We were able to demarcate from the Warri River down to the Thai Road, where the two communities accepted what we've done.
Okay, it was a boundary dispute.
Seriously, it's a boundary dispute. The two communities accepted up to that extent. Then when this present administration came on board, it's among the things he said in his acceptance speech at Stadium on 29th of May 2023, where he said that communities that is embodied with crisis, that the help of the security agents that is going to deal decisively with them. And they started with those two communities because a curfew was imposed. No movement, no movement. Once it's 4, everywhere shut down till the next 6 a.m.
For how long did this curfew last?
It was lasted for about 6-7 months. And we went on the matter, doing the matter. Later at a time, he gave us some people to be part of it and went in. We demarcated the place up to Dumuje Canal. And as of today, I can reasonably tell you that all those crises, all those shooting, all those killing has become a thing of the past. Because the governor himself understands security very well. He knows what security is all about. So those killings and shooting is now a thing of the past.
Okay,
so we've been able to manage the matter to a very reasonable extent, and now there is no quarry there again. What is left now is for the government, for the governor, to give final pronouncement based on our recommendation. And the two communities working with them, they are in line with the stage the government has reached and where the government is going to end.
So when do you think, or when do you see that the government will give that pronouncement?
Yeah, that pronouncement will come any moment from now. As soon as the atmosphere is clear, that is when it's convenient for the governor, because there's a lot of activities. But the two communities have understanding there is no more fracas there. The governor has met recently with both communities and speak to them and told them that very soon he's going to invite them to say the final statement.
Apart from the Obioha and Alaja community, which other communities or which other community have you broke a peace?
Okay, recently there's a very serious issue in Udu local government, as it has to do with the traditional chiefs. Earlier the issue was between the chiefs and the traditional ruler, waded into the matter. And recently that matter has come to final resolution. All parties have embraced peace. All parties have accepted the need for them to have peace. No more trouble, no more war, no more fighting, no more publication indicting this one and indicting this one.
But what was the issue before then?
The issue has to do with who is a traditional chief,
okay,
who is a honorary chief, how many chiefs are traditional chiefs, who and who will be involved in king making. Those are the crises. A situation whereby some people purportedly did installation for a new altar at the diamonds of the other traditional ruler. All those who have nullified them and have accepted the one that was there, which is the legitimate one. So as at last week, we've laid that matter to rest. If you listen to DBS, you must have heard them. We've laid that matter to rest. The community has come to become one. Peace has come in that crisis.
Okay. We've heard of Udu, we've heard of Alaja. Coming down to Delta North.
Yes, Delta North, there have been some issues, particularly with present-day developers. You see that almost every part of Delta North, there's one issue or the other, as it has to do with land. So many cases. We've been doing our best to ensure that issues are resolved to a very large extent. But it has not been so simple. Some of the communities embodied with crisis of land, who owns land and who does not own land. Like currently, there's land disputes going on between Ewulu and Umuoma. Umuoma is a quarter in Ishagu. There's serious land crisis. Even in Abano, there's serious land crisis. We've been trying to midwife. We're trying to resolve the matter. It has been up and down. It has been up and down. But by God's grace, like recently, we visited there for fact finding to see things ourselves. And I saw. So we've come back to digest what we've seen and maybe make further research to be able to come out with the exact story. Because as you're going through the express, there's a stream they call Otochi stream. They say that's the boundary between Ishagu and Ewulu. And in that Ewulu, in two sides, they're saying that the Umuama is part of Ewulu. Part of the Umuama are saying that they belong to Ishagu. So the matter is neither here nor there. But currently, majority, can say 90% of the Umuama people, they reside in Ishagu.
So how would you now resolve this?
Yes, that's the technicality. That is the technicality, because there have been ways they have been living in the past 100 years, 50 years, 60 years. That's the way they have been living. We're going to trace that route to be able to know who is telling truth and who is telling lies. Once you trace the route, particularly starting from where they're saying is boundary, we're able to find out the truth and we'll tell them the true position. That is our work. We're expert on it. We'll be able to tell them, and decision will be taken.
Okay, let's take a break. We'll be right back. The program is still Standpoint. Please keep watching. Standpoint is an incisive and impactful program that gives an overview on how personalities shape the society. Join us every Tuesdays from 10 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. on NTA Asaba, the station that adds value to society. It is hot, frank and engaging. Standpoint, standing for stardom. Welcome back. The program is still Standpoint and my guest is still in the studio with us, Chief Obioha, Edwin Uzor. Okay, let's look at some of your challenges.
Yes, most of the challenges, there are a lot of chieftaincy cases. Most of the cases, they bring it before us, we wade into it, the communities will be nagging. Just for example, there's a chieftaincy matter that has to do with Abo, who is the traditional head. After investigating the matter, recommendations from us and other consultations, today, I can say peace has returned there because the state has finally given staff of office to His Royal Majesty Greg Oputa III, whom our recommendation also yielded to his side.
Okay, is that the only challenge that you have?
We have a lot of challenges. The challenges we have is people don't say the truth. Somebody will know that this thing does not belong to him. He'll just be claiming it. Maybe probably because he's stronger than the other party. He lays strong claim to it. When you ask him to bring evidence to prove what he's claiming, he will go. For 6 months, you won't see him again. After 9 months, he will come back to say he has gotten evidence. When you investigate the evidence, it's not real. It's not real. So these are some of the challenges. It is difficult, in most cases it's difficult to get the truth from the people. They don't like telling truth. Because more especially where there is oil, you see people laying claim. Yeah, and recently there is crisis between Obioha and Egodo, Uwoto is in Prutu local government. While Obioha is Nuelisa local government over land. The bottom line is oil. You just see a man telling lies, laying claim for what he doesn't have. By the time you tell him that what you are seeing and what you are saying, there is too many differences, you will free up. But some of them, at the end, they come back to accept that the position you took is the right position. So oil, dividends, revenues, things that are acquiring is part of the major problem. Like sometimes ago, very long ago, we dealt with the issue of Oboma. Oboma is in Ndokwa East local government, and Obocha. Obocha is also in Ndokwa East local government. They're all in the same terrain. They were fighting for an oil location. A lot of lives were lost. In the Oboma side, they killed about 12 people, burned about 14 houses. In the Obocha side, about 6 people were killed. Even to the extent a pastor of Lord chosen church was dragged out from the altar and slaughtered. 6 houses were burned there. But today, even to the extent the boundary between the two communities was nicknamed Sambisa Forest. This community cannot cross, this community cannot cross. But by God's grace, we've been able to resolve the matter. There's another matter in Warriors where you have Odio Urobo. The Odio Urobo, some skeletal part of it is being dominated by Chekiri, while the larger part is being dominated by the Urobos. The Chakiris said that the owner of the whole place. The Urobos said that the owner of the whole place. Recently, they went into burning.
Okay, yes, so watch that.
They went into burning of houses. A person who had lived in a place for over 100 years, over 60, 70, 80 years, how can the person know where his limit is? So we have to know that my father I met, this is where he was farming, this is where he was not farming. But because of dividends, because of the things they will get, people will just be hitching up the problem. So our advice is always that people should try to embrace peace and ensure that they live together in harmony, because it's only peaceful coexistence can bring development. Because in the absence of peace, there will be no development. So we keep telling communities to hearken to the MOA agenda.
Yeah.
The MOA agenda, the M stands for meaningful development. The O stands for opportunity for all. The R stands for realistic reforms, while the E and S stand for enhanced peace and security.
That is what you stand for as well.
That is what I stand for. So we keep preaching to them. If you see the cap I'm putting on, you read Delta State Peace for All, more gains, zero pains. Because when you have peace, you won't have any pain. But once there is crisis, when quietness is not there, you see a lot of rumbles, see a lot of crisis. And you know, security matter. It is not what you come on that television and begin to announce. Our governor often said that. He says it in all the cases, that security matter is not what you just come to the public and begin to announce. So most of the things we do are coded things. Most of the things we do are silent. We don't publicize them. Because in most cases, when you publicize them, you heat up the matter the more. For example, there are some cases we are doing. If we come to the public to carry a microphone to tell you where our thinking is or what we'll find out, more trouble will come. But if you keep quiet and midwife it quietly, you suppel everything down and people will accept the peace.
And both communities will come together and embrace peace.
Yes.
I think there is need this zero pains. I think it's what all Deltans, all Nigerians should embrace. And
also, recently in Kwale Aziz, you see some oil companies operating, but they don't want to do CSR, community social responsibility. At times we say communities are hitting up, but those oil companies are the cause. They are not living up to expectation. The MOU they sign with community, they don't obey it. Communities' social responsibility, they don't do it. So the community, after waiting for some time, nothing is happening. They will get angry and they will start to carry out a showcase.
There was protests recently.
But it's still the duty of the government to come.
I think our take home today is more gains, zero pains. We should embrace peace, because it is only with peace that we can have meaningful developments in the country. We have been talking to the special advisor to the governor on peace building and conflict resolution. He is no other person than Chief Edwin Chukwunwike Obioha Uzor. We have learned so much from him, and from him we now know that there is need for every one of us to live in peace, because it is only when we live in peace that we can have meaningful development. I hope you enjoy the program. Same time, same station next week. Keep it with us. Thank you for watching.